Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just an adorable couple in love that loves reacting to some Attack on Titan.
I can't believe we're nearing the end.
Yes, we are.
It's 25 and 26 today, and oh boy.
Yep, Season 4, Episodes 25 and 26. And if you want our full uncut reactions for that, and you want to see all of our uncut reactions and early free access for our reactions, and check out our Patreon. Links in the description of the video. Also have early access here on YouTube. You can hit the join button if you're interested in that. And, man, all right. Let's get to it.
I genuinely don't know if I'm ready for this.
You aren't.
Okay. Night of the End. Okay.
All day and night, I'll sit and sip on the finest liquor money can buy.
John.
I won't care what anyone says about it. My wife and kids and their kids deserve to live the good life.
What could have been?
It's me. I'll be waiting outside.
There was nobody at the window. Don't go. Your place in the interior is waiting. You've earned it.
You have, but you don't really want it. You would have taken it a while ago if that's what you really wanted.
It's true.
You gotta do this for Marco.
He was imagining Mikasa, wasn't he?
Hmm.
In the flashback, or the dream, the daydream, is his wife.
Oh.
We made contact with some Marleyan stragglers, and we've got the cart titan on our side now. Killing everyone isn't the answer. We have to find more allies. I can only ask you for help.
I'll do it. Aaron's killed too many already. I won't sit back and watch him steal more lives.
Good job, Mikasa.
What comes after that? Assuming he lives, he's got the power of the Founder for 4 more years. What do we do once he's gone? We're still monsters in the eyes of the world. If we stop Aaron now, we'll be guaranteeing the destruction of this island. You remember Willie Tyburn's speech? What's the world gonna do when we prove him right?
But at the very least, this buys us a bit more time.
We did our best and now we've run out of time!
What he's doing is wrong! It's genocide, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit here and listen to you try to justify it!
Good job.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have raised my voice.
John's trying to justify it so he doesn't have to get into action.
I don't think you're wrong about what you said, Jean. It was my hollow idealism that drove Aaron to do this.
Maybe take some responsibility.
Everyone who gave their hearts and souls to set humanity free, most of them died too soon to learn that past our walls, humankind lived on. Can you imagine any of them being that selfish? We'll only get one chance to stop the slaughter.
No, Aaron. Marco!
Hanji, in the end, I'll always be a scout.
Aw, Sean. Potato!
I just think of Sasha
I
now.
know.
So is anybody gonna help me out with these potatoes? Or are we just gonna glare at each other?
Out of curiosity, what made you change your minds? You island devils will have the world to yourselves.
It's not what they wanted.
But nobody here wants to be an accessory to genocide. That's why we're all hiding out in the woods eating stew instead of celebrating in town.
Isn't that a good enough reason for you?
Finally figured out who the good guys are, huh?
You're not good.
You're crazy.
Good job, Jean.
You people spent years trying to murder us all, and we're the bad guys because we didn't just roll over and die? We found a way to survive, and now you're gonna call us devils for it?
You're exactly what we always thought you were.
Then why are they there helping you out? You ignorant shit.
What a mess.
Not a word about your shock troops destroying Aaron's home and making him watch his mother get eaten alive. That's what started this. If you want to know why this is happening, go look in the mirror.
Right.
Now you're gonna play the victim over something that happened 2,000 years ago?
It started 2,000 years ago.
If we're gonna be at each other's throats, let's stick to arguing about stuff we live through ourselves.
Exactly.
Our friend the General is having a hard time understanding why we're not acting like the devils we are. What he doesn't know is we scouts spent a few months living in that world, so we can never go back to being the ignorant island devils we were.
Tell me, are you truly ready to kill Aaron?
It's a good question. It's really the only question that matters.
Find another way.
No.
Exactly what I expected you to say.
Yep.
I don't know if she's capable of doing it.
But we're never gonna know for sure unless we try. And say you fail. You make your case and he still refuses.
Yeah, how long are you going to try for before you give up?
That's what I thought. We're the ones fighting to protect our homeland now, and we're going to do what we need to do. But if we have to kill Aaron to save Marley, you're going to turn on us to try to save your friend. Tell me I'm wrong. Can you imagine turning against him? If you want me out of the way, then just come out and say it.
Lionheart!
This is going great.
I know exactly how you feel, Mikasa. I'm doing it because my dad's in Marley and I don't want him to die. If you really can change Aaron's mind, that's fine with me. But until you get the chance, we shouldn't be fighting.
Well said, Annie. Mm-hmm. But you had to take the temperature of the room, see if you would actually kill her.
Our stew's good to go now. Dig in! The Azumabito have a flying boat in the harbor. We can use that to get close to the Founding Titan. The problem is, we have to find the Founder first. And we won't have enough fuel to fly around looking for him.
Where is Jaeger going first?
What reason would I have to tell you?
These trees are having great conversation.
Hope you Marleyan swine save your godforsaken hellhole of a country.
How about the fact that it's your only chance of seeing another sunrise?
That won't work. She doesn't want to live.
I thought you started the volunteers because you wanted to liberate your homeland from Marley. Are you gonna let your country get flattened just to spite the Marleyan swine?
It's a fair question.
Because she's a purebred Marleyan pig herself.
You were born and raised in a typical Marleyan family, but you wrote yourself a new life story when you met Zeke. It evolved into a grand fantasy about saving the world with your prince, and in time you hoped your fairy tale would find its way into the history books. Your commitment to the lie is honestly impressive.
Was he in love with Zeke?
Who wouldn't want to imagine themselves as the savior of hundreds of millions of innocent lives? From where I sit, it looks like that's exactly what all of you are doing right now. You need to have your memories jogged.
Generous amount of potatoes to help fill the stomach.
You're the one who breached Shiganshina's inner gate. Do you know how many Eldians were devoured by pure titans because of that?
He has an idea.
And Annie Leonhardt. I hear you killed more than a few Survey Corps members in your time. And that's before we get into all the innocents you trampled trying to fight your way out of Stohas. But let's not forget the brave liberators of Paradis. There's Armin, the level-headed one, who seems far too kind to cause the sort of bloodbath he did at that harbor in Marley. How high do you think you could stack those corpses? Everyone gave a heroic performance in Liberia. You thought you'd all made it out clean, until Gabi gunned down Sasha. What a sweetheart that girl was. Losing her must have been more painful than I could imagine.
They've ended up forgiving.
This stew's pretty good, Hanji. Got enough for seconds?
Oh, we've got more than enough, so don't be shy.
None of them are trying to think that they're perfect or that they're the fucking saints.
You're baiting us into airing out our grudges so we can get it out of our systems and get our heads on straight, right? You'd have had someone to vent to yourself if you hadn't blown all your friends' brains out to keep your fantasy alive. Now you've got nothing but a head full of cutting remarks and a death wish.
Yeah,
His
Jean!
hands are clean.
So this is actually pretty selfless of you.
You had mentioned another name. He was already dead by the time we met, but I remember you said you were good friends. Marco.
Paulo.
You told me Annie had something to do with his death. Did you ever ask her for details?
Why you twist that knife?
I stole his ODM gear and left him where the Titans could get to him.
Annie was only following the orders I was giving her. During the fight in Trost, Marco overheard me and Bertolt discussing.
It was war. What am I missing? What's with all these shots of the trees?
I don't know.
Did he say anything before he was killed?
He asked why I wasn't willing to talk to him.
Said you guys are dicks.
That question still applies. We haven't been willing to talk. We all just started fighting and assumed it had to be to the death.
A little while ago, we were all ready to kill each other. And now, here we are, talking.
Exactly. That's everything.
I stood and watched the Titan as it devoured Marco. And then a switch flipped and I couldn't figure out why it was happening. I just snapped. I cut down the Titan myself.
We get it, Rhina. You're saying the guilt of carrying out your mission screwed with your head.
Don't forgive me. I'm truly worthless.
I said we get it.
I'm sorry.
Bound to happen. A long time coming. Yeah, but yeah, you can stop him now.
Easy, man!
Just kicking him.
I need one more person. Ooh.
We came here to kill everyone on Paradis. We thought the world might forgive us for the sins of the Eldian Empire. If we wiped you out, they'd recognize us as good Eldians who saved them from the Island Devils. And now my mom and dad, I'm gonna lose them all because of what I did.
It's not because of you. Can't you see no one person did this?
Please don't let our homes get trampled.
I'm begging you!
Help us, please. We have to stop the rumbling together. Where are you going, John?
Hey! Wait, I just poured you a fresh bowl!
He needs to clear his head.
Mm-hmm.
Gabi.
Did she shame you? I hope she did.
Shut up.
Man, she breaks your heart.
Yeah. From pissing you off and bloodthirsty rage to breaking your heart.
We need to get moving.
Wait, you're really gonna help us?
Of course. Let's go. Get your mopey ass up already, Rhina. Your stupid face fixed itself hours ago.
Oh, that was needed. Get your mopey ass up.
Gabi, I'm sorry about kicking you.
I'm tougher than I might look. It's fine.
Definitely has some broken ribs, though.
Yeah, you look plenty tough.
Rhina, you're not getting an apology.
Yeah, well, I'm good with that.
Stop. There's a problem.
It's the harbor. The Jaegerists beat us there. They've captured it. There are tons of soldiers posted all over the port in
Shit.
full anti-Titan gear.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Fucking flock. Yeah. Good discussion there. You know, airing out the grievances and like nobody is innocent. They all have blood on their hands.
I really loved how Yelena is trying to stir problems between them.
Yeah.
She's not being selfless or kind in what she's saying. And yet I love how Jean turns it on that, you know, and alters the perspective of the situation, being like, you know, yeah, we could look at this and want to kill each other, or we could look at this as, hey, no one's hands are clean and we all have stuff to answer for, but we also all have a mission to do now. And Yelena just can't let that go. So she has to go back in and be extra shitty. And it was fascinating to learn she's a Marleyan from a typical Marleyan family who decided she was going to rewrite her own history to make herself far more important.
Mm-hmm. And then that Marleyan dickhead that John was talking to, and his just like indignant self-righteousness. It's like, oh, you think you're finally gonna see what the good guys are on the right side. And Jean was trying to tell him that, you know, there is no right side and that they've, you know, done plenty of terrible things. And he kept trying to justify it and going back. It's like, well, you started it 2,000 years ago. It's like, you weren't even fucking there, dude. So how the hell do you know? And also it's like, okay, if one side wants to like, you know, commit genocide, that's the wrong side that you are on. And like the Marleyans want to commit genocide to the Eldian people, and the Eldians from Paradis, when given the choice, sure, some of them are all about it, but not all of them. And so those are the ones that you want to be, you know, like with, like in like, so the people that want genocide are both on the wrong side, and the people that are like, you know, aren't willing to forgive everything, but at least know that's not the answer. Yeah, that's, I don't know, it's like, I don't say the right side, but basically this is showing that there is no right side in war. Yeah. It's just, that guy just really pissed me off.
There's a definite wrong side, though. If you are on the side of genocide, you're on the wrong side.
Yeah.
I don't care where that side has started or where it's coming from, but that's like the wrong side. That's pretty easy to understand.
Exactly. And that's where that particular Marleyan was at. So I'm like, that's why he was on the wrong side.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, you're not on the good side at all. You're on the wrong side, because Jean and all them are now on the right side, because they could go along with Eren and they could go with the genocide option, but they're not. They're going against it, even though it might mean their own death, and, you know, knowing that the rest of the world still will hate them, even if they do stop Eren. You know, that's a hell of a lot more selfless than what that guy's ever done.
Yeah, I have to say, for the discussions that were being had, and considering all that they've suffered, and that's not limited to one side or the other, but all of those people around that campfire have suffered. The fact that they could have that conversation go that long before it came to blows, amazed me. Like the generosity of spirit that it took for Hanji, as she's stirring the stew, to listen to all this and be like, you know what? He's having a hard time reconciling his life existence with the fact that we're not devils.
Yeah.
Like, she had the awareness and was able to assess that without getting bogged down in the cruelty of his words or the arrogance and self-righteousness of his justification and his murders being okay while theirs weren't. Which, even as we're talking about it, is making us really mad as we think about it. And yet they've been in that battle and they've suffered those losses. And it took a while before it came to any kind of physical blows, which to me is impressive.
Yeah, and I just love that they were showing, yes, this is the path forward. It's not about, fighting a war and escalation and, past grievances and, an eye for an eye. The only way it ends is with the total destruction of like one side, like when, or like wiping all their memories, basically. So, yeah, I mean, it's mutual self-destruction, right? And the path forward is to try to talk and have conversations and see one another as human. And man, it's I'm glad that they got to that point and that they didn't make it easy. It wasn't they weren't singing Kumbaya with the guitar and everything like that, and everything was hunky dory. There were definitely plenty of problems, and they aired it out and they talked about it again. Like I said, everyone has blood on their hands. So other than like the weird shots of the trees, which I'm sure there's like some symbolism in there that I just missed. But other than that, like I thought it was a really good scene.
All I could think in terms of, well, I'll get to that in a second. The other thing that kind of just came to mind as you were talking about that and how, an eye for an eye just it makes the world go blind. Like that is the path of mutually assured destruction. It's literally in eye for an eye. You're both going to lose an eye. The other part about that is, yes, you have to be able to come to the table and have a conversation and see each other as human. But part of that is also being able to accept that you aren't 100% right.
Yeah.
And that one general, he wasn't there yet in a position to be able to accept that. And the thing is, you can't have a conversation with somebody who says, I am always right about everything, because there's no room for conversation. So that was just the other piece that came to mind about this, is like everybody else is kind of, I think, those shots of them with their food, and like some of them had like just the food next to them. They weren't even trying to eat yet. Some of them were eating, but they all seemed to be kind of in a sort of reflective state of what had happened and what their contributions may have been, except for that guy who did not seem reflective, just wanted to kind of continue to prop himself up because he couldn't come to terms with maybe being wrong.
Yeah, and just, not having the savior complex and thinking that getting into the kind of what Yelena was talking about, like the fantasy of who wouldn't want to be a hero that saves the world.
Oh yeah, the honeyed taste of self-righteousness or of righteousness.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something it's like, okay, if you think that, I don't know, one person or one side or one belief can like save the world and make it all a better place, as long as, just that's not a way to go. That's how, cults are formed. And it's being able to, that's part of the whole thinking that you are right. Because if you think that, then you like, it's like, okay, this is the only way to save the world. Then you will do anything in order to do that, because you think that like I have righteousness on my side. So therefore, everything I do is good. Doesn't matter. There's no bad, good and bad. Those are man-made concepts. It's just, so everything I do is good because it's for the best of the world. It's again, it's a lot of what we're looking at watching with Light in Death Note.
Yeah. It was making me think exactly that as you're talking about that cult mentality of like, anyone who's not us becomes an enemy. Anyone who doesn't think like us becomes an enemy. Anyone who stands in the way of our thinking is an enemy.
But all right, I think we're ready for the next episode.
Oh, one thing I was just going to add, the symbolism of the trees.
Trees, yeah.
So I did wonder if part of the showing of that was the idea of like, was it something Sasha's parents had said about like the kids?
Lost in the forest. Okay.
Yes, and so like part of me was thinking like they're in the forest now, kind of having these conversations, and then you get to a moment of Gabby with tears in her eyes saying, please, we beg you, please just help us.
Help us get out of this forest. Yeah.
So that was, and like to me, when she did that, I was like, she's heartbreaking. And part of me was like, she is the tragedy of the situation personified in every way, from like her hate and her bloodthirst to now her heartbreak and her desperation. Like she is the tragedy of this conflict personified.
Good job, beautiful. I think that's definitely it. And
it just was a lot of shots of trees. It's just maybe the thing.
And they're really hitting it over the head. I'm like, okay. I think it's because we saw One Punch Man season 3, and what some people had said, like, they would have like random shots of just like a stairwell for like 30 seconds. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And people talked about how that's a way to get around animation and like, you
deal with budget restrictions.
Yeah, you don't have to move people's lips and everything when they're talking. So I'm like, is that what they're doing here? And maybe it was, but like also, I'm like, they did it a lot. So I'm like, there's something here that I'm just not fucking getting. I'm too dense. But I forgot about the whole forest metaphor that they talked about, and they brought it up a bunch of different times. So they're really hammering that home. And yeah, so I mean, tell us if that's wrong, but that sounds about right to me.
That's just the only way I can make sense of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now ready to move on to the next episode.
Yeah.
Traitor.
What?
No.
Oh my God, who?
We've had too many traitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
Who does this apply to? Which side? Against whom? For what?
When, Gamora?
I never expected Flock to take action this quickly.
If the Jaegerists destroy the flying boat, so why haven't they done it already?
Trying to draw you out.
They suspect we're alive, and maybe that we're trying to stop Eren, but they're not entirely sure. They'll want to use it for themselves if they can, to make sure the mainland's been wiped clean. That might be their real objective, to capture a small fleet and the technicians to keep it afloat. But regardless, they'll blow the flying boat to bits the second we're spotted. We've got a few of the 9, so our odds are better than they'd be in a straight firefight. But not good.
You got a lot. Yeah, 4 of the 9.
We'd better plan to...
Was that just like a bunch of steam? Or
I don't know.
We have no choice but to kill them all with our first strike. Everyone's got to be in sync. Understood?
Just hold on a second.
The Jaegerists are holding all the Azumabito hostage. We need to keep them out of the line of fire.
You expect us to care about that?
If the hostages are killed, the rest of the plan falls apart. Right, Onyan Capone?
Yeah, we need them alive. We need the mechanics to set up the wings. Otherwise, none of us are gonna be flying anywhere. The wings are folded up to make it easier to tow.
also, didn't you learn that, like, judge a person by their individual actions, let alone what side they're on? Or, like, who their people are?
It'll be up to the mechanics.
I get it. But to confirm, you're asking us to protect the Azumabito technicians from the Jaegerists long enough to get the boat ready to fly. You want us to hold the enemy off for this unknown length of time without killing any of them.
We've known these guys ever since we were cadets.
Then I'm sure you've got a plan. Think you could fill me in? Can you explain it in detail?
Use small words.
You had one for me.
Armin's always got a plan. Takes him a while to get there sometimes, but...
We have to wipe them out with a lightning strike, or else a survivor will destroy the boat and strand us here.
You're saying we have to gun down a bunch of our friends to save the world? That's so messed up!
Yep.
Yeah.
This'll be a pretty ugly operation. We shouldn't expect you guys to take part in it. If it had been you in our place, you probably would have chosen differently than we did that day.
You don't know that.
I am the same as you.
Is that what he was saying?
Yep. He would have breached the wall.
Stick with Gabi and Falco. Just stay out of it.
And let you guys kill each other while we sit back and watch?
Can Titans even win this without infantry backing them up?
Annie's pretty damn impressive.
I've got no intention of being a spectator.
Yeah.
Our window for saving humanity is shorter than we realized. I saw the Titans crossing the sea, leaving monstrous clouds of steam in their
Okay,
wake.
that was it.
And considering how fast they were moving, they've probably made landfall in Marley by now.
Oh my god.
The closest cities in northeastern Marley are most likely gone.
Tell us where Jaeger's going with those Titans.
She doesn't know.
And it might be hard for her to answer when you're covering
Yeah.
your mouth.
Someone want to stop her? I mean, stop him?
Stop it!
Finally.
Why do you look so damn afraid? I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah, because you don't seem at all homicidal right now.
Securing that boat is priority 1.
Yeah, torching her isn't gonna do us any good now.
Mm-hmm. He's got to torture someone, though.
Gabi, what are you doing?
Forgive me. I was a fool.
Being yourself.
I'm sorry for my behavior last night. We were never in the right.
All right.
I wanted to believe the evil I'd done was justified.
Exactly. That's it.
I'd attempted to ignore the fact that Marley's soul has grown rotten, as I didn't want to consider what that said about me.
It's hard to see when you're in it.
You shouldn't be punished for the sins of people you never knew simply because their blood flows in your veins.
Well said.
Senseless as our bloodstained history may be, we have a duty to pass it on, so the generations after us can do better. Jaeger plans to erase everything, including the lessons of the past. And I call that unforgivable.
There you go.
We have to break the cycle.
Welcome to the good side.
There's no way to avoid spilling more blood today. So, please, look the other way.
No, you guys got to help out. You can't just look the other way. I know it's tough, but...
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I refuse to let someone else stain their hands in my place.
Exactly. Man, that guy put it all so eloquently. Like, everything I was thinking, and I tried to say in the last discussion, he said it so much better.
Whatever concerns you had will soon be dead and gone. We have only the future to worry about. So focus on what you can contribute to the island. These gentlemen, for instance. It would be a shame to have to lose any more of them.
I was hoping I could avoid saying anything that would disrupt this fine mood you're in. But what is this change you speak of, and what good do you think would come of it? If you believe slaughtering the human race will guarantee peace here on Parity,
You're an idiot.
you won't make your world any less violent by making it smaller. When tomorrow comes, you'll have accomplished nothing more than containing the killing to your own home.
Exactly.
But in any world, it's important to understand our place. Izuru's technology would be useful to Eldia, but our security is our greatest concern. You need to recognize your place in it.
I know we just went through a whole thing about forgiveness and nobody's right and totally wrong, but I fucking can't wait for Flock to die.
I was following the car Titan. It regrouped with the armor Titan. They're escaping together by sea. We can't let them catch up with Eren. We need that flying boat airborne.
What are you telling me, Armin?
Why didn't you chase after the cart? If you had, this would be over by now. You know they killed Sean and Oyakapone, right? Armin! The flying boat's over here! Get the Azuma Bicho mechanics down here right away!
Does he buy it?
I think Armin did a good job selling it.
He did, but Flock is such a...
Cynical and suspicious.
Yep.
Stop right there! Daz! Samuel! What are you doing?
Might do him well. Might serve him well in this instance.
Get him off the boat already! Hurry up! We gotta get this thing ready to launch! The Marleyans are gonna get away!
There have been rumors going around since yesterday. People say you guys teamed up with Marley and that you plan to use the flying boat to stop the rumbling.
That guy. I didn't say it.
What kind of crazy talk is that? Eren has to finish the job or this island is doomed!
Yeah. After all you've been through, I knew there was no way you'd put us in danger again.
Yeah, you're damn right there's not.
That's a relief.
Now, the explosives, please.
No. Careful, they might have two detonators.
What's wrong, guys? I disconnected the detonator.
Now we have to hope Flock listens to me and sends out the Azuma Bicho mechanics. All we'll need is a way to get our team aboard. And it's over. There's a chance we could pull this off and stop Eren without any more killing.
No, it's not gonna happen.
You guys have
that
terrible
way.
poker faces. It must be used to serve as the world's first flying boat. Since it was designed to observe the rumbling, the craft is capable of long-distance intercontinental flight.
It doesn't quite add up, does it? The locomotive is the fastest way here. Instead, they pursued on horseback, even though the cart already had a head start. What have they been up to since they went incommunicado? There's no proof of anything. My gut tells me this is trouble. So it's time to nip some buds.
You're gonna kill the mechanics.
We failed.
No, Flock is just a fuck.
Oh, nice!
Quit staring and blow her away! Did you think I'd go down without a fight?
Yeah, Mikasa!
Yeah, Mikasa! She didn't come in swinging though, like with her knife though, or sword. I mean.
We're under attack! Mikasa, Armin, and Connie have switched sides! They've betrayed Aldea! Kill them!
They're gonna fire through the windows!
Get down.
Get down to the basement!
The only way through is to wipe out every last Jaegerist. Lady Mikasa!
Oh!
This way, all of you. If you want to stay alive, then come with me.
Love the music. She's a badass, by the way.
Yeah, she is. Oh no.
Yeah, Connie.
Wait, Daz, what are you trying to?
You have to fucking kill him.
Armin!
It's okay. He can heal. He can heal. It's fine.
Samuel.
See, they're wanting to kill you.
Reconnect the detonator and blow up the boat. Hey, you said we'd eat meat together, Connie. And we finally could have made that happen. We've got room to raise livestock, just like we imagined it.
Why would they back themselves into a corner?
Because something big's coming.
They didn't.
Alright, he's distracted.
Why does it always end this way?
Violence will always be a part of human existence.
Unfortunately.
Won't it, Captain?
Finally, it's the female Titan in action again.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Good teamwork. Oh!
You have to blow up the boat, Des!
Oh, Armin. Hardcore.
Stop, Armin! I don't want to do this! We were supposed to be on the same side no matter what!
We still are on the same side, Samuel! But I just...
Staring directly in his eyes. Oh, Connie.
Wait, Connie!
One of you has to stain your hands with my blood.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh. Man, that was rough. And you know, like as it was happening, I'm like, all right, the plan's gone to shit, guys. You gotta take him out. Like, even like trying to kill him, like to restrain him, like you guys gotta make the first move. I mean, Armin and Connie were just stuck there, like staring, like they were the ones caught off guard. And it's like you knew that this could have been an option, and that they are, you know, they're scared, and they, you know that they are very dedicated to the cause. But it's one of those things where I think they, until he shot Armin, I think they thought they could have like talked him out of it, and they just didn't realize that they thought that since they had such a hard time killing their friends, their friends would have a hard time killing them too. But that guy kind of showed that that wasn't the case, and they're willing to kill for their cause, even if it means people that they were friends with before. I think Connie realized that finally, and man, but like his cry, his scream there, and him having to go through that, oh, just heartbreaking.
What I love about this is how not smooth it was, how difficult it was. Because, you know, if you're watching other stories, other Hollywood made films and whatnot, you know, the plan goes to shit. Okay, that's going to be like Armin and Connie's John Wick moment, and they're going to take out all these guys, and they're going to save the boat, and it's going to be like two badasses against the world, and they're going to make it happen. And it's going to be like good shots and quick reflexes to like grab the gun and make that move. And that's a lot of what our content has, I think, kind of given society, was sort of this idea that like when it starts to fall apart, like the switch in your brain is going to flip and you'll take action, and it's all going to be okay because it's a kill or be killed situation. So it's not going to be hard for you to do that. You're going to have to survive. And what I love about this was how damn hard it was. Armin being shot and the really traumatic way that it appeared on his face, and like how he looked and so like bug-eyed as he's staring at the guy with a gun to his forehead. Then when he finally starts to move, Connie with the other friend having that flashback of like, you're gonna have to make a move, you're gonna have to, but like he's having such a hard time. Like if he could have held the guy there indefinitely with the gun there, you know he would have. He was struggling so hard to get to the point of having to make that move, even though, to what you said, the other two already showed they're willing to make the move. There's not a doubt in my mind that if he had eased up and let the other guy get up, they would have killed him. Like it was that situation, but that doesn't make it any easier. That doesn't make it, you know, suddenly smooth and graceful and badass in Hollywood. It's hard and painful and tough. And so that scream that Connie lets out at the end, that was all of that, you know, and it was too big and too much to contain in his body. He had to do it. And bravo to the voice actor for making that scream filled with all of that and believable, and not, you know, just something sort of like arbitrary for dramatic effect.
Yeah. And also like about it is when you first are watching Attack on Titan, you're cheering for those action moments, the violence of it all, because, you know, they're attacking Titans and twirling around and doing some cool ass moves, and, you know, it's It's against these monsters. Even when you feel out that they're human, even when you even when you figure that out and you learn that, still all right with it, because then it's like, okay, well, at least, they can't be turned back. So it's like, put them out of their misery. And, you don't know how conscious they are when they are those Titans. So it could be like, they could be like just in a living nightmare. And then as it goes on more and more, like, I mean, there's still some like parts where even where the Marlians are fighting the Eldians, where you're still cheering. Now it's like, it gets a little bit less and less. And in this one, like, I was excited when Reiner and Annie showed up. And
well,
like,
that's because they're over Flock.
Exactly.
And fuck that guy.
Because you're over Flock, and like Flock's like, oh no, they wouldn't. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, they would. You're gonna get it now, bitch. But like the other Jaegerists, you think of them as like the Marlians and the Eldians. I mean, they're Eldians, but like the people that have been indoctrinated and warped, and they think this is the only path forward for them to survive and to live. And they drink the Kool-Aid, and maybe if you got them more one-on-one and talk to them, and like, you were able to all go in the forest and have your little meal, you could talk some down. I don't think you can talk Flock down. So yeah, I'm okay with him going. But like when he was like kicking people, like, and Reiner was punching people, it's like, oh man, yeah, they're on our side, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel as good as it has like when this first started. It's a testament to the show, and it's supposed to be, right? So yeah, I don't know. Show's done a really good job.
Yeah, it has. It was interesting what Yelena said about how like there'll always be violence because that's part of human nature, and she goes, like, right, Captain. And Levi certainly has seen a ton of violence in his life even before joining the Scouts, and it was just kind of making me think about, for some bizarre reason, my brain went to like a scientific place with it, and I was like, well, yeah, I mean, our bodies are programmed to when it identifies a threat, and I'm even thinking, so sidebar, our dogs have been getting ticks somehow on the walks, and so that's been something that we've been trying. They have tick prevention, but there's something when we were walking them that there was just like they were constantly coming home with at least one of the dogs was, and so for whatever reason, my brain went to a scientific place with that thought that Yelena said about how our bodies are programmed to fight off threats. And I was thinking about Bucky's got a little spot from where a tick bit him that we're watching right now, and like, your body has defenses to do this. And like, so even on a microorganism level, our bodies are programmed to identify and eliminate threats, and then branch that out when a human is told, like, this group of people, this kind of person, whatever, wants to kill you, thinks you should die. The kind of knee-jerk reaction to that is to defend yourself. And if that means eliminating the threat, that's kind of what we're programmed to do. So I was just kind of thinking about that sort of human nature aspect of it, because I wanted to think, like, I want to believe there's a world in which people stop loving killing each other. But I don't know, like, I don't know if that's almost biologically programmed into us in a way that we'll never actually not have that.
Also, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but also I think we get to a point where you said we get to a point where people don't love killing each other. I think it's a lot of times also like people feel like they have no choice but to, not necessarily loving it, but just being like, okay, this is just the way the world is, and kill or be killed. And so yeah, we'd love to get to that place where we are singing Kumbaya and with a guitar all around a campfire.
And part of it probably starts with not accepting the premise that this is the world.
Yep.
The world sucks. The world is hard. It's kill or be killed. Like, don't be sensitive. You got to toughen up to live in this world. Like,
yeah,
all of those things further perpetuate that this is what the world is. They like further instill that reality versus
it doesn't
like,
have to be the way the world is.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't have to be. We don't have to accept that.
And part of that is like, us individually making that choice that is not the way the world works, and choosing to act differently, and rising above it when something you feel like violence, it calls for violence, or whether that's the words or fists, or yeah. So it's not easy.
No, definitely not. I feel like we'd be better at it as human beings at this point if it were easy.
Yeah.
At least I hope we would.
Let us know your thoughts about these episodes, though, down below in the comments. And if you want early free access and you want to see our full and cut reactions, check out Patreon. Links in the description of the video. Thanks for watching Attack on Titan with us. But just keep in mind, big stretch.
Our reaction is definitely not definitive.